Hello, Afton High School. How is everybody doing today? Hopefully you are having a good day. Hopefully you're not too exhausted from today. So you are watching this video because you are currently enrolled in Mr. Keith's college algebra class. So I wanted to go ahead and talk a little bit more about that and go ahead and tell you a little bit of stuff about me. But first, welcome to Afton College. That is the first thing I want to say. So this is a dual credit course through St. Louis Community College. We picked St. Louis Community College because they actually have the best price for this. And it really doesn't matter what college, when it comes to college algebra, the content pretty much remains the same. So that's why we chose St. Louis Community College. And here's the big thing. If you are interested in the dual credit, I'll talk about that a little bit more, and there should be a separate video about the dual credit. But the big thing is, I would say, is that this will transfer to any major public university, well, really not major, but any public university and most major universities, this will transfer. So if you're like, I'm not going to St. Louis Community College, that's okay. This credit can still transfer. So regardless of the fact if you are taking this for college credit or not, everyone will be treated the same. Everyone will be treated as if they are enrolled in a college class. So I will make sure that everyone has that down. So that's the big thing I want to make sure is that you guys were aware of those expectations, and I'll kind of build on that as we go along here. So first off, a little bit about me. I wanted to make sure that you guys, again, some of you already know me, some of you don't. I looked a little bit at the rosters. So some of you guys may have heard some stuff about me. Whatever the case may be, hopefully we'll kind of get to know each other over these next few weeks here, even though we are in this weird situation that we find ourselves in. So this is my 13th year teaching total. This is my 9th here at Afton. I am a wrestling coach over at Hancock. We'll see if we have any sports this year. I don't know. I wish I knew. I have no information on the matter. I do have a wife and a 9-year-old daughter. She just turned 9 last month, so she's almost double digits. She's excited. All right, so a few things to talk about here about this course. So most of the assignments that I distribute to you will be using a platform called MathXL. There is a separate video about how to sign up for that and about how to use MathXL, so you will get a chance to kind of see all those things in action. So just to make sure that you guys are aware, make sure to check out those videos separately. So everyone should have a Chromebook. If there is some reason, if there is some technological issue that you are having, if there is some reason why you're not able to use this program, then let me know. The nice thing is that it doesn't have to be a Chromebook to use MathXL. It's an online thing. So if you have a Chromebook, if you have a regular PC, a laptop, I think that it's supported on mobile. I'm 99% sure it's supported on mobile. So you can do it on your phone. Things will be really tiny, but you can still do the stuff on your phone. So that's the big thing that I wanted you guys to understand is that with this MathXL, you can definitely use it. So, all right. This is an assessment-based course. This is typically how this runs. Now, if we were in person, we would have these things called HISLs and all that stuff. And if we're ever back in person, then I'll explain what HISLs are and all that stuff. But right now, I'm going to pump the brakes on that just at the moment, ultimately, because I don't know. I don't really know what things are going to look like. Traditionally, 20% formative assessment, those are things like the assignments and stuff like that. 60% summative assessments, that's just a fancy word for tests. And then 20% for the final. I might adjust those percentages, okay? I might have a few other types of formative assessments in there. So that's the big thing that I would say is that I'm showing you this to show this is the start. It's not going to be horribly different from here, but could be a little bit different. So that's the main thing that I wanted you guys to understand is that this is kind of the beginning baseline. So expectations. So what do I expect from you? Now, I start off every class, even though we're virtual, I start off every class talking about this. Says Mr. Keith's #1 rule is respect. And I stand by that to this day. Now, here's the thing. When I talk about being respectful, I mean, and we're in class, you're sitting next to people. I talk about like kind of like the choosing your words carefully and thinking about what you're saying and keeping your hands to yourselves and respecting people's properties and all that stuff. You're not sitting next to anyone right now. Maybe you're not. I don't know. Maybe you're a twin. I know I got a couple in this class. But typically when you're doing this stuff, like I said, when we talk about respect. So let's talk about respect in this virtual environment that we find ourselves in. Let's go ahead and talk about what being respectful is. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create some opportunities for you guys to interact. Look, I understand that being at home, it sucks. I mean, for lack of a better term, I mean, it's not the best. You're kind of stuck in this vacuum and you're not seeing each other. So, I mean, I'm going to try to create some opportunities for us to interact and to be personable and talk to our classmates and do various things and all these things. So let's talk about what being respectful is in that situation. So when we're being respectful, we're talking about a situation where, hey, you know what, like I need to understand that someone is going to read this and maybe what I said, someone's not going to interpret it the right way. So here, anytime I send out an email, I always reread the email before I send it out because and sometimes I go, ooh, you know what? I think I need to change this verb right here because I think someone can misread that and think that I was saying something different. So that's what I always try to encourage students when we're talking about the digital landscape is that you have to kind of reread some things. You have to kind of reread some things and ask yourself, hey, did I come out the way that I meant to come out? Like, did that sound the way I wanted it to sound? Because there's an old adage in carpentry. There's an old adage in carpentry. It says, measure twice, cut once. And I think we can bring that into the 21st century talking about this and basically say, type twice, post once. It's a whole lot easier if you reread and think about what you're saying before you hit that post button. So, I mean, and I get it. Hey, maybe you're trying to sound angry. So you reread it like, that sounds angry, good. And then you want to post that. And again, I don't know why you're trying to sound angry, but maybe that's what you're going for. But always reread what you're posting. Always think about what you're going to say when we're doing maybe some of these live sessions and things like that. So always kind of keep that in the back of your mind of being respectful. In turn, you guys can expect the same from me. Okay, whenever I try to talk to you guys, whenever I try to address you guys, I'm always going to try to be respectful. Now, let's talk about that at the same time. I understand math is a dry subject. I'm sure some of you guys don't really want to take this class, but you don't have any other options. So, I get it. Okay, math is a dry subject. I'm always going to try to have fun. I'm always going to try to joke around and mess around and have some fun while I'm teaching the material. While I'm conveying to you what I need to convey to you, I'm going to try to also have some fun with you guys and make these videos a little more entertaining than maybe they are right now. So I'm always going to try to do that. Now, in my quest for comedy, maybe I say something that upsets you. Maybe I talk about a TV show and I go, that TV show sucks. And that's your favorite TV show. Like, oh, Mr. Keith upset me. He hates that TV show. Let me know. It is never my intention to upset or offend or hurt anyone. That is never my intention. I'm trying to have fun. I'm trying to keep you guys engaged and entertained in what's going on with math. Okay? And sitting in front of a video watching math, I was like, that's rough. I get it. Okay? I completely understand that. Okay? These videos, my lessons are going to be about 30 minutes long each day. That's what I'm always going to shoot for. And I'm probably going to have you pause it a little bit in the middle of it. So that way you have that going on too. So I get it that, hey, you know what? This might take, again, this is going to take some getting used to. That's why I'm going to try to have some fun and entertain. Okay? Like I said, I might poke fun at a few of you guys. I'm looking at you, Logan. It's coming. Just be ready for it. So, with that in mind, realize that if you think I crossed a line or if I was ever disrespectful, please let me know. I will publicly apologize in the next one of these videos that I make. and I will be happy to video conference with you and make sure that we're on the same page and make sure that there was never any disrespect intended. So, all right, now with this, we're in a new environment. We're in a new landscape of this. So I wanted to make sure that there were clear-cut expectations for you guys, okay? Being respectful, number one rule. If we were in class, I could model that behavior and do all that stuff. But I'm not seeing you guys face-to-face. I'm seeing you face to screen. So I wanted to make sure that you guys know exactly what I'm gonna expect from you on a day-to-day basis in this class, okay? So right here, there are three things that I want you to cover. I want to make sure you're doing every day. One, got to watch the video lessons. Okay, you got to make sure that you're watching these video lessons. Now, I understand we're all going to have a day where you're just like, you know what, I just got to walk away from this screen. I got to be away from the screen and go look at my phone. You realize the idiocy of that. But I understand you might need a day. So I completely get it, but realize that understanding doesn't excuse those things, okay? So if you miss, if you don't watch a video that day, that means tomorrow you're gonna have 2 videos. And if you miss another day, that means 3. And if you miss the whole week, by the end of that week, you're gonna have 5 videos at about 30 minutes apiece. That's 2, not 2. Yes, 2. That's 2.5 hours. Messed up the math in my head for a second. So that's 2.5 hours worth of math that you have to sit down and watch. Minimum. I might go over that 30-minute mark. Okay? I'm saying I'm shooting for around 30. Okay? I won't hesitate to go beyond 30 if I feel I need to, especially if I'm in the middle of a problem. So that's the thing that I want you guys to understand is that I would not wait on these videos. I would not say, oh, no, it's okay, I'll watch it later, because that's a lot of Mr. Keith, all right? I don't want to be around me for 2.5 hours, but I'm kind of stuck with me. So make sure that you're staying on top of those videos. Along with that, you're going to have some required work. I'm going to use that Math Excel. Sometimes it might be a worksheet. Sometimes it might be like, hey, you know what? Math Excel just isn't good for this. Here you go. Go ahead and I want you guys to use this instead. So, and I might actually take a picture and do that stuff. So realize that work, I'm always going to shoot for that work to take about 20 minutes. That's always going to be my goal, is to have that work take about 20 minutes or so. So let's go ahead and you might have said, Mr. Keith, that sounds like a lot. Well, is it? Because I just told you, I'm going to do a 30-minute video. Probably give you, at most, I'll even say at most, 20 minutes worth of work. Now, the first couple days are different, and I'll talk about that at the end. But I was like, it's a typical day. What's 50 minutes? If you were here in person, that's how long I would expect you to pay attention to math in person. I don't think that's asking too much. I don't think that I've set the bar incredibly high for you. Again, I'm going to try to ease you up to that 50 minutes, okay? But just recognize that is a thing. So, last thing and most important thing that I expect from all of my students, ask for help when you need it, okay? If we were in person and I walk around the room all the time, if you've had me before, you know that every time I give you a problem to do in class, I'm always walking around the room and seeing who needs help and everything there. The big thing is that I can't see that. I can't see who needs the help. I can't see who's struggling. I can't come to you and say, are you getting this? I can't do that because of the situation that we find ourselves in. So with that in mind, recognize you need to come to me, okay? If I see that, hey, you haven't done 5 assignments, I was like, I might come to you and say, what's going on here? And try to figure out what I can do to help. But if I just see like, they skipped this one assignment, in my head, I might be going like, they must have just, not felt like doing that assignment. Okay. I was like, and you might slip through the cracks, but maybe you didn't do the assignment because you didn't understand what to do. ask for that help right away. Don't let it boil up. Don't let it like wait until chapter 7 and then you're like, well, Mr. Keith, I didn't understand something from chapter 3. So I'm gonna go, well, I don't know how to help you now because we're on chapter 7. Go back and watch some videos from chapter 3. So just make sure that as soon as you need help, come and ask that help, okay? I want to help you as quickly as I can, okay? I'm sure we can do this if we all work together. All right, biggest thing. I talked a little bit about Math Excel already, okay? Like I said, there will be a video on how to sign up for Math Excel. There will be a tutorial video to help you understand if you're having some struggles with Math Excel. But the biggest thing that's new for all of us is this Canvas situation. Hopefully you've already logged on to Canvas because you clicked to get here. So with that, the biggest thing I would say is that make sure that we're all learning Canvas together, okay? There's gonna be some mistakes. I already made some mistakes. I can tell you right now, there's already a mistake because I made an assignment instead of a page, but I had already set up everything, so I didn't want to delete everything. And just right now, like this looks like it's an assignment you watching this video. It is, I want you to watch this video, but I didn't mean for this to like, think that you're getting graded for this. I didn't mean for that to be a case, but it kind of looks that way for a second. So we're all learning this together. We're all gonna make mistakes. I mean, hope maybe you're better at this than I am. I mean, easy to do, be better at this than me. So with those mistakes, I asked you to give me some leeway. I'm going to give you some leeway, especially in the beginning, while we're all trying to learn this of what's going on, and we're all trying to learn how to use Canvas. So that's the biggest thing I would say is with all that. Now, before I let you guys go, I did want to go ahead and just take a minute and talk about the dual credit part of this. I did want to go ahead. I don't have a slide prepared for that. I realized after I was recording. There is a video on how to sign up for the dual credit, but maybe you're a little bit on the fence of, oh, do I want to sign up for the dual credit? Oh, I don't know. Like, oh, it's $25. So here's the big thing that I try to point out to students. So this class, this year-long class, is actually 2 classes. It's actually 2 different classes. The first class is MTH 140. That is what St. Louis Community College calls intermediate algebra. The second class is MTH 160, which is called pre-calculus algebra, which is just college algebra. If you go to almost any other university, but there were different laws that had to change the name, blah, 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 blah. I won't bore you with the details. So realize that if you want to enroll for both of those, if you don't plan on going anything that requires more math, if you're like, I'm going to be an English major, Mr. Keith, should I take college algebra? I would say yes. And here's the reason why. Because if you pass with a C or better both semesters of my class, you are done with math. Okay? If your degree requires that you take another math class, what this will do is this will allow you to automatically go into that math class. As an example, I point out business, a lot of business people have to take applied calculus. So if you're like, but I'm doing business, you might have to take some more math. But if you take college algebra, you can go right into that class. So it's a good idea to take the dual credit if you believe you can get a C or better in this class. Okay? Now, you don't have to decide right this second. Maybe look at that first assignment that we have on Math Excel without me doing any prompting. And if you're having some struggles there, then maybe you need to come talk to me and we need to figure some stuff out really quickly. That's the biggest thing. So that's the first thing. Second thing, so as I said, it is 2 different classes. You do have to pay for both of those classes. The first semester class, $25. The greatest value in all of education. You will never find a college algebra class for cheaper than $25. 3 credit hours, $25, insane value. Second semester, that class, pre-calculus algebra, MTH 160, college algebra, the actual college algebra, the full college algebra, I should say. That is 4 credit hours at $25 a pop. So that is $100. It's $100 for that class. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Still the greatest value in education. Still an amazing deal for that amount of money. If you were to go ahead, you're like, I'm going to Mizzou, Mr. Keith. Good for you. Hope you had fun there. I visited last year. They have an amazing rec center. It was awesome. So maybe you're like, I'm going to Mizzou. Great. That same class that I just talked about, that MTH 160 at Mizzou, is gonna cost you about $800. I don't know the exact price of Mizzou's credit hours, but I would say $700, $800, not far-fetched. So you can pay $100, take it with me, where you probably get some more help than you will at Mizzou, where you're taking a class with probably about 50 other kids, and if you need help, the professor's going to go like, "We'll see me during office hours, and hope you don't have a class during his office hours," because sometimes professors are awful about that. So that's the thing that I want you guys to be aware of. I want you to understand that this is a great value. It is 2 different classes. You will have to sign up for it. If you have questions on that, please come seek me out. Email me. Come to me during the office hours that I'll have set up. Whatever you need to do to get those questions answered, I want to help you with those questions. Now, I'm looking at the timestamp on this, and this video has gone on way longer than I meant for it to, but I do want you to realize that there are 3 other videos that I want you to watch. 2 other if you're not interested in the dual credit part of this class, but one of those videos tells you how to log on to MathXL. The other one explains how to use MathXL. If you want to just log on to MathXL and create that account and then kind of play around with it yourself, that's fine. You can maybe skip that other video. Those videos are maybe relatively short. I'm about to make one of them. So, questions? That's the last thing. That is my daughter right there. I was like, I'll try to, maybe sprinkle in some photos of her. I asked her, what does having a question look like? And that's what she said. So that's all I got. If you do have questions, again, email me. I think Canvas, you can email me through Canvas. You can just shoot me an email. Either way. But yeah, that's the biggest thing is if you have those questions, I can't have you answer those questions directly here in person, but I can encourage you that if you have those questions, please reach out, and I am more than happy to help. So until next time, I will bid you adieu. Stay safe out there after.